Hey everybody, thanks for watching. We are here on Watch Us Wednesday with Liz Kreniak from Premier Gems, Calgary Custom Jewelry, and today we are talking about jewels over the generations. So stories that you've shared with us on the Facebook page at Premier Gems and have commented on, and some of the stories that Jeff, the owner of Premier Gems, has with respect to jewelry that he has received from his family and that has been passed down over the generations. So excited about today's episode, and Liz, it's so great to have you here as always.
Always fun to do these Watches Wednesdays. So it was so great having so many people respond and share their stories and share their jewelry with us. It was just so fun. I mean, really is the best part of my day is when somebody brings in just a bag and you have no idea what's in it. And it could be anything. There's costume stuff, there's silver, there's anything that you can think of in this bag. And so I love that. I love that part of the being here at Premier Gems is me going through your collection. So this was a big part of me going through everybody's collection and just hearing everyone's stories. So yeah, let's tell some stories.
Let's do it.
Okay, so most of what I have to talk about is in Ontario. That's where my family is and that's where their history is. So we're going to skip over mine. We're going to talk a little bit about Jeff's story, though. And so he's been kind enough to bring in some really fun stuff. He's out of town today, so I'm telling this story. So we have this lovely piece here, which is a teething ring with a cat, and he jingles, and it's so cute. So this it's silver and it's been stamped to make this cat form. And this one, it's probably 50s. I'm thinking maybe a little bit older, but just to be nice to the person who has used it, it's probably 50s. And so I think this is a great way to grow up. This is a great thing to talk about, pass on through the generations, and it's adorable. It's a cat.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. I also have this bracelet here, and I think many German and Dutch families will have these kinds of jewelry in their families, and I'm sure a lot of people will agree with me. These are German coins. They've all been soldered onto a bracelet because back in World War II, this was the only way to get your money out of the country, was by wearing it. How amazing is that this made it all the way to Canada?
That is amazing. It's beautiful too.
Mhm. So, and they're all coins. Even the clasp it's a coin. And apparently there was a necklace, but it was used to pay off one of the soldiers. How amazing is that? This is what jewelry does. This is what this is what makes history. It's history you can hold, right? And pass on and tell your family later on all about it. So another piece I have is this really beautiful ring here.
Gorgeous.
It's a synthetic sapphire, but it is 14 karat gold. This one, I can talk about how it was made and how important that is, but it's really going to bore you guys. Because it was tin stamped back in maybe 1910, and so this was part of the Industrial Revolution and how we were manufacturing things, and blah de blah de blah. It's a cool ring.
This is a very cool ring. It's beautiful.
Yeah. So, and then there's another one, and I do believe that these were gifts when they went back to visit family in Europe.
Wow.
Very nice. And that one's a garnet, but gold. So there's my show and tell. Laurel, you had some stuff too, didn't you?
I did. I busted out some stuff from the old jewelry box just for you guys today. So I have 3 different rings from 2 different sides of my family. So look at my bling. So this is, I think it's an amber. I'm not really sure. Liz, you could probably tell me better. And this is
I'd have to see it in person, but it looks so cool. Either way.
I will bring it to you. This was a ring that my mom used to wear to the disco in the 70s, and I had to beg her for it, and she gave it to me. And so I'm very lucky to have it. I really, really love it. It's like I call it my Hercules ring, because you can turn it.
Yeah.
Lose that one. And then this is my grandfather's, on my other side of my family, my dad's dad. He passed away, and this is his signet ring. That's really cool. I think it's probably gold.
Most likely.
I should make sure that Liz takes a look at these things. And then the third thing I have is from my great auntie in Ireland who passed away several years ago, and it was called a black diamond, and I thought, oh, cool. And then when I was a teenager, I broke it. I fell and I broke it, but now I'm happy to learn that it's just hematite, so I didn't do any serious damage. So.
Back when those rings were really popular, they were called Alaskan black diamonds. And we don't use that name anymore because we now know full well what a black diamond is, and standards have changed as to how we name gemstones and how we call them. So having it be an Alaska black diamond is really misleading, and we get a lot of people that are like, oh, my diamond broke, and we're like, it's not a diamond, it's hematite. Still awesome. I love those rings, and we still, if anybody else has any cracked hematite, we can fix that for you.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. So, and we also have some really fun stuff from the from the Facebook page. There were some really wonderful people who had shared some of their stories with us, and they're up on our Premier Gems Facebook page if anybody wants to have a look. I definitely want to thank everybody who was part of it. Some people even posted some pictures. So we had Teresa Lewis, who shared the pearl and the garnet, and that garnet ring is so beautiful. And she says that they're all at least 75 years old, and she's passing them on down to her daughters. And that's what is really the best thing with jewelry, is that we are passing them on. We have these stories that we hold, we wear out, we break, we fix, and we pass them on. So,
Well, I love what you said before, Liz, about it's history you can hold. It's so fantastic.
It is, and there's so many things that I've held that it's like we have a piece of history here. I mean, even the coins here. I mean, it's a part of history. So, and history is, people and their stories, and that's exactly what all of this is.
Absolutely. Such a fun Watch Us Wednesday. So I just wanted to go back a little bit to the beginning part where you were saying one of the best parts of your day is where people bring in a whole bag. And I don't think everybody who's watching may know that this is a service that you guys offer. Do you want to elaborate a little bit more on that?
Absolutely. If you come in for appraisal, if you need something that's just looked at, you're not sure what it is, we're happy for you to come in and make an appointment and come in, and we can absolutely just open up the bag, open up the whole jewelry box. We'll go through it with you and say, this is 10 karat, this is 14 karat, this is really special and you should really insure it. We can do the appraisal, or we can even look through and give you a credit for the gold if you want to, towards a new piece, or we do some of the gold buying, so we can buy some of that gold from you if you don't need it and you want to just find another use for it. We can do that as well. So this happens with a lot of people who get inheritances. If anybody has a whole bunch of things that they need to try and deal with, we can help them with that process. So go through all the pieces, tell you what it is and what it's potentially worth.
It's fantastic. Such a valuable service. Then, of course, anything you want to keep can get fixed, cleaned, and reworked to something that might suit your style a little bit better. So it's fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and it's so much fun. Everybody goes, oh, well, I don't want to bother you. And I'm like, you're not bothering me. It's not bothering me at all. I love this.
Fantastic. So, Liz, if somebody wants to go ahead and do that, can you tell us the best place to find you and also maybe touch on your new hours starting December 1st?
So, December 1st, folks, we are staying open until 6 to try and accommodate everybody who's getting out of their office and want to get into mine. So, so yes, open till 6. But you do need to call the office number to be able to get in because the doors are locked after 5. So, that is still by appointment only. Give us a call or an email or at premiergems.ca. You can find us on Twitter at premiergemsyyc, or on Facebook at Premier Gems, or even message us on Instagram at premiergemsyyc. I also want to bring up what we're talking about next week. So, next week we are, because I didn't have this stuff with me here to talk about, I was thinking, what if we talk about what you're wearing right now? So you're sitting in front of the laptop, you're watching this video, what are you wearing? I want to know. So I have, I have various rings. I have the first ring that I've ever cast. I have a ring that I've kind of just acquired from a wonderful client because she didn't need it any longer. So we made a new piece and then I found a new home for it. And I also have the first ring that I ever tried to size, which is a mess, by the way, because we didn't know very much about heat and pressure and just having that applied to certain gemstones. So I'll be wearing something different next week for sure. Let me know what you're wearing. Post some pictures, send some links, and share with me what jewelry are you wearing today.
Cool. So looking forward to it. That's going to be so much fun.
Yeah,
So don't forget, folks, post on the Facebook page and let us see what you got.
Yeah, let's have a look.
Thanks so much, Liz.
Thanks so much. We'll talk next week.
Next week.
All right.
Bye.